welcome you to August and to the One Happy Business. I'm really excited because you know what? I took all of July off, as you all know. And for those of you who didn't, I did. I also took the last week of June off. So I feel completely re energized and I was able to get a whole lot of things done in my personal life. Uh, some of you know that I have, the online business, but I also have a farm and I board horses. We're building our dream house, and my husband has a full-time job where his dad and his family own a company. So we had so much going on this past year that I decided, you know what, I really needed a break. So even though I said it was a hiatus, right? So even though I said I was going to take it off as a vacation, it wasn't a vacation. It was to get a whole lot of other things done. One of the biggest things that I noticed about this was the decluttering that I was able to do during this time. Decluttering not only the farm and getting a bunch of things done for the new house, but decluttering my online business as well. So there was a lot of things that I was letting go of this year, and some of the things that came up for me as I was able to reorganize and declutter, and to be able to actually reevaluate my life goals and my wants. Hey Stephanie, glad you're able to join live. um, what I had found out about this is that I had moved away from what I really started my online business to do. So, a few years ago when I started my online business, I really wanted to be able to have more time freedom. I wanted to be able to have more money, and I wanted to be able to spend more time with my kids and with my family, and to build our dream home and things like that. And sometimes as we get going in our online businesses, we sometimes get so involved with the day-to-day tasks and our clients and our customers and all their wants and needs that we forget ourselves in the process. So I'm going to spend all of August going over all of these epiphanies that I've had, and I hope that you have a lot of them too. And I'm hoping that when I go over all of these things with you, that you're going to be able to find some sort of resolve in your life too, and to make sure that you're moving your business in the direction of your dream lifestyle, as well as making the kind of money that you wanted. So maybe for you, you wanted to have a big flux of income, right? Like maybe you needed a roof repair, or maybe you wanted to leave your job and come home. So you needed a large cash incentive. So something that was really good for that is maybe to get rid of those lower end products and then just to do higher end one-on-one coaching. Those will give you that higher influx of cash. For me, it was the exact opposite. I didn't want to work that many hours. I wanted to be able to have a lot of my business on autopilot. I wanted to have smaller courses and make a big impact in people's lives. I wanted to be able to go online several times a day because that suits me better, but have lots of time in between that so that I could spend time with my son. My youngest son, as you guys all know, has a bit of a disability. And you know what? He doesn't really need a lot of care anymore, but he'd still need, a fair amount of attention, especially during COVID, because it's hard on people to be, because we were closed down for quite a while. And, it's really hard when you can't get out and talk to people or go see your loved ones that are outside of your house. And so for him to be stuck in the house and not be able to go anywhere or drive or do any of those things, it's nice to be able to spend time with those people to do something that they like to do. So that was the whole point of my business. It was to be able to give me more time freedom, and then to be able to pay off my debt, to build our dream home, and to have extra money so that I could, buy another piece of real estate or buy more land. And, I have a love for real estate, and, I always wanted to have a bed and breakfast and things like that. So my income has been doing that. But I was spending so much time, on the higher end when I had hired that team, that I realized that they were pulling me in the direction of making more and more money, but it was taking up more and more of my time. And that was not the business model that I wanted at all. So I want you to think about what kind of a business model it is that you want. Do you want a large huge influx of money. So maybe you have to do those higher big end launches and do more higher one-on-one coaching. Or do you want a steady stream of income like I have, where every month I know that I'm going to be making 4 or 5 figures, right? And that is good enough for me because that steady income, I don't have to worry about it. So I know every week I can get a paycheck. And that has helped me, like I said before, to be able to put that money into like real estate or into our dream home, and things like that. So decide what it is that you want. Do you want more money and freedom, or do you want to work more hours for more money? It might sound a little confusing, but really think about it. Think about what kind of a business model it is that you want and how you want to get there. Decluttering can really, really help with this to bring you back on focus. So, one of the other things that I found this month as I was decluttering everything, I found that my stress levels went way, way down. And, when we take things off of our plate, we're literally not just taking it out of our mind and out of our soul and our energy. I'm a big energy believer. What I found is as I was decluttering stuff around my house and decluttering my business, I lost weight. My tummy got smaller, and in that 5 weeks, I lost 6 pounds without even trying. My tummy, I lost 3 inches off my tummy, and I could tell because I went down a whole size in my jeans, and I felt so much better. Right, I was sleeping better. I had less stress, like less anxiety, and less overwhelm. And I didn't even realize that I was at that point until I started decluttering. So make sure that when you are feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling stressed, you're feeling confused, it's chances are you're spreading yourself too thin or you're going in too many different directions. So I want you to really think about this, right? Because if we're running a business where we have less stress, then you know what? That reduces our inflammation. Like I said, it helps us to get better sleep, and it can do all of these other things on an emotional level and a physical level to help us. All right. Hi, I see there are a couple more people that have joined us. Melody, thanks for joining. So today I want to leave you with a couple of things. All right. So I want you to take a look and evaluate what is going on in your life. Are you surrounding yourself, even your desk in your office, is it surrounded with things that you love and that are bringing you joy, or is it surrounding you with undone stacks of paperwork or undone stacks of projects that you just cannot get to? All right. So take a look at that and see what you can postpone or put into your calendar for a few months from now, and then get things done here. LaFaye, there is so much decluttering I need to do. My business is bursting at the seams with so many PDFs, workbooks, videos, emails, clutter, clutter, clutter. Absolutely. And digital clutter is becoming a real thing that most people don't even think about until they get overwhelmed with it, right? And then we realize how much it's filling our mind with things that just don't need to be there. So start off with your personal, this week here, start off with your personal workspace. And I'm going to try and do a couple other videos this week and show you what I do with my personal office so that you can see how I'm decluttering it. The next thing to really take a look at is the things that are functional. So these things might be your stapler, or your computers, your I have a chalkboard. I'm kind of old school. Yes, I do have a couple of the whiteboards too, but I still love the chalkboard. I don't know why. And then I have all of these folders. I have like 9 folders here, and I realized that when I went on vacation, I'm really good at not multitasking, but having different projects on the go and having different projects take up different parts of my day. So I had 9 clipboards here: one for the farm, one for the new house, one for one for my clients, one for taxes, one for the marketing map that I had been working on, different things like that. So different projects. And I was fine with the 9. But what I had realized when I went on vacation was that I didn't have 9 anymore. I had close to 16 different things on the go. And that is way too many, right? Even for me, when I'm, a strategist and I like to be organized, it was too many. And that's why I was feeling that overwhelm and that stress. So functionality, make sure that your desk, your office, and your mind is set up, and your calendar is set up for functionality so that you can fit the things into your day that you want. Ladies, you also know that I'm a big believer in having time off. The first thing that I schedule into my month is always that week off at the very bottom where I don't do client work, which is the fourth week of the month. And then Fridays, I don't schedule any client work on Fridays. So that's where appointments go. Whether it's physiotherapy, massage, I make my own wine. So, wine appointments to bottle, that would be on a Friday. And then that last week of the month is where I like to do all my graphics and my copywriting and everything so that I'm ahead when the next month starts. All right. So, that helps me to sort out my schedule in a way that is stressless, not stressless, but stress less, right? To less stress at that. Am I saying that right? And anyway, to make it more joyful and to make it more happy. As you can tell, I really feel completely regenerized by having some of that time off. The last thing that I wanted you to think about is your paperwork. So whether it's digital clutter on your computer, like Melody was saying, workbooks, videos, PDFs, things like that, we can work through those and declutter them and delete them, or we can save them for later in different files. The other thing that we can do with actual paperwork is we can start to declutter that and to let go of it. But how do we do that? How do you know what to let go of and what not to let go of? We'll take a look at each project and think about it this way. First of all, is it something that I want to look at every day? Right? Is it something that's beautiful? If not, is it something that I need to have? Is it something functional? Or is it something that I need for taxes? Is it something that I need to put into like a healthcare file? Is it something that I need to put, because all of that stuff gets mixed up with your business stuff when you're busy, right? Is it something that, is a PDF that, you want to work on for a sales funnel, or maybe for lead generation, something like that? So that's functionality. It's something that you will want to look at some point. And that might bring you joy or make you feel less stressed by having it. So find a place to put it and to organize it. The last one is that future joy, right? Or that future functionality. So some of these papers, once again, would be like previous tax files. Are they put away where you don't have to look at them, but you have to keep them for like the next 7 years? Find a place to store those things out of sight and out of mind, but where you know that they're going to be. Because, those are things that we need to have. Is it also things that, maybe you have a whole bunch of things on your last house that you lived in? Those are probably things that you don't need anymore, but you can go through it one by one and just start discarding things. Okay. So, take a look at those types of things and then just to start discarding all of that paperwork. So that's what I was going to ask you to do. Take a look at your clutter. Where do you want to get rid of it? What's going to make you feel less stressed, and what's going to make you feel more organized? That's going to bring your levels of joy and love and appreciation for you and your business up to a much higher level than feeling like you're drowning in overwhelmed stress and anxiety, right? So how do we organize those things? I'm going to share that with you on the next video. I'm going to share with you my binder system and my clipboard system and how I organize things. But this week here, if you have calls with me or if you need to get a hold of me, and I know some of you do, I'm going to be sending out my calendar schedule for you to book those calls. And those of you that are in the free group, watch out for some videos coming out this week, and make sure that you watch next Mondays, where I share with you all the tips to get these things organized. This week, just start decluttering and decluttering and discarding those items that you no longer need, and make some piles of the things that you want to keep. And then I'll show you how to organize them next week. All right. Bye, everyone. I love being back, and I love having you all here watching me live and watching the recording. And if it's a recording, just put #replay, and also ask me questions. If you're struggling to get organized in a certain way in your business, then you know what? Ask me that question below, and I'll see what I can do to help you out, and maybe even make a personalized video just for you. All right, everyone. Thanks. And thank you for those wonderful comments. Bye, everyone. Blessings.